that everything will be alright. Yes, it will. It's gonna be alright. Yes, I know that everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. No matter what you're going through, it's gonna be alright. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh, look at the family coming in. It's gonna be alright. Listen, I just want to say this to you. Through many dangers, troubles, and snares, we have already come. God's love and mercy brought us safe this far. That same love is on and on and on. That same love is gonna lead us on. If I can say everything will be alright. Yeah, I know that everything will be alright. So put a smile on your face, y'all. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, I know it's gonna be alright. I don't care what it looks like, okay? You gotta know it's gonna be alright. Listen, here. Through many dangers, troubles, and snares, we have already come. God's love and mercy that brought us safe thus far. That same love is gonna lead us on and on and on and on. Yeah, that same love is gonna lead us on. That's why I can say everything will be alright. Yeah, I know that everything will be alright. Are y'all feeling this? Ah, shucks. It's gonna be alright. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yeah, yeah. I know everything will be alright. Yeah. With a smile on your face, it's gonna be alright. Hold your head up, my brother. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. It's gonna be alright. Oh yeah, yeah. I know it's gonna be alright. Oh, shucks. Never mind what I used to be. You repeat that after me, okay? Never mind what I used to be. Never mind what I used to be. Never mind what I used to be. Say it. That's it. Oh, never mind what I used to be. Now say this part here. Oh, just look at me now. Oh, just look at me now. Yeah. Ah. Oh, just look at me now. Yeah, 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 yeah. I said look at me now. Oh, shucks. Let me say this here. I am not the same I used to be. Oh, shucks. I am not the same I used to be. Yeah. Here's why I say that. I got a new way of walking. New way of talking. You got me right. A new way of thinking. Alright? A new way of seeing. I am not the same thing I used to be. Alright, family. Alright. Yeah, welcome, brothers and sisters, to another Sunday online Njia Fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. I'm Brother Ray Hagins, your teacher, your brother, your friend, Man, it's so good to have you guys with me today. All right? And listen, I'm not going to jive you. I need y'all's strength today. Okay? I haven't slept since Friday night. Okay? And I need all the strength that y'all can send me right now. Okay? Yeah, man. But listen, it's worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I am wore out, but for a good reason. Okay? You know, I just got off the plane, getting back in here from New York, flew in from LaGuardia to Atlanta. And on yesterday, brothers and sisters, we had an awesome celebration on yesterday for the African village of New York City. Okay, our minister in charge there, Minister Waziri Vernon Wells, okay, had his wedding ceremony on yesterday. He and Queen Tara Chester, well, it's Tara Wells now, you know. And brothers and sisters, we had an absolute wonderful time on yesterday, okay, celebrating the union of our brother and our sister, you know. And y'all, it was off the chain. I mean, we had African village members from around the country that were there on yesterday. We had African village members from California there on yesterday. African village members, Minister Ka and his Queen Arianka from the African village of Chicago was there on yesterday. Our good friend and brother, Minister Dennis Asar Winkler from the Temple of New African Thought in Baltimore, and his queen was there on yesterday. Brothers and sisters, we just had a wonderful time. You know, of course, the African village of New York City was there as well. You know, I'm thankful to the brothers who usually do my security when I go. The brothers from 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement, they were all there on yesterday because, of course, Minister Vernon Wells is one of the founders of 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement. He's a retired NYPD police sergeant, you know. So we just had a wonderful time and fellowship. And you know, what I love about it, y'all, is when the African village comes together. Okay, I don't care where we are. When it's almost like we have a legacy of murder. Okay, I mean, whenever we come together, it's so much murder. You know, the Kemetic term for the English word love is so much love energy, you know, in our fellowship whenever we come together. And yesterday was so awesome, you know, just seeing everybody, you know, in the midst of this pandemic that's going on, and having this great celebration. And to Minister Vernon and to Queen Tara, listen, I speak in behalf of every member of the African village, every friend and supporter of the African village. We say to you, congratulations, and we wish you decades more, okay, of enjoying your life together. Yeah, man. Okay, we love you. You know, we honor you. We're proud of you. And I am so honored to be the chief elder of such a wonderful group of people, man. You know, I mean it, y'all. I'm not playing. Okay, the African village, oh, man, we are rich. Okay, we don't have a lot of money, but we have class. We have spirit. We have culture. We have myrrh for each other, you know, and that makes us rich, you know. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful fellowship on yesterday. And to those who made it there, you know what I'm talking about, right? It was an honor to meet Queen Tara's parents, okay, pastors Chester on yesterday, mother and father. And oh man, we just had a wonderful, it was just great. The dancers, the drummers, the caterers, you know, everything was just wonderful, man. The groomsmen and the bridesmaids, and it was just awesome. We had such a wonderful time on yesterday. And again, we say to Minister Vernon and Queen Tara, congratulations. We're so happy for you guys. You know, we're so happy for you guys, man. You know, yeah. So hey, what can I tell you? Yeah. Well, you know, we didn't open up one more time, did we? Okay. See, I'm so busy talking about the fun we had yesterday. Let's do it right now. One more time. One more time. allowed us to come together one more time. Let's sing it like we do. Come on, everybody. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. Just one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. One more time. One more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us to come together one more time. Praise God's name. Praise His name. Praise God's name. God allowed us to come together. Praise His name. Praise God's name. Praise God's name. God allowed us to come together. Praise His name. God allowed us to come together. Praise His name. Sing our song. Sing our song. Sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Sing our song. Sing our song. Sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Sing our song. God allowed us to come together. Let's put those hands together. To clap our hands. Clap our hands. God allowed us to come together. Clap our hands. To clap our hands. Clap our hands, yeah. God allowed us to come together. God allowed us, yeah. God to come together. Everybody say one more time. Just one more time. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. One more time. Oh, God allowed us. Yeah. God allowed us. Together one more time. God allowed us. Yeah. Just praise His name. God allowed us. So good time. God allowed us. Oh, yes, He did. God allowed us. God allowed us. God allowed us. God allowed us to come together. One more time. One more time. Whoa. One more time. God allowed us to come together. And brothers and sisters, I hope you don't take that for granted. You understand? Listen, every day when I awaken, and sometimes throughout the day, I stop and say to the Most High, thank you. Asante Sana, Madasi Pa, for allowing me to see another 5 minutes. I don't take it for granted, man. There are people who, man, you'll be surprised how many people are doing fine, okay, and just drop dead just like that. But you didn't. I didn't. So we have a lot to be thankful for today. Okay? Yeah. We have a lot to be thankful for. Let's honor our ancestors at this time, those who have gone ahead of us and made it possible for us to be where we are right now. Let's honor their life, their deeds, their legacy, their contributions. Okay? So join in with me right now, brothers and sisters, as we do the oath to the ancestors here. Oh, yeah, man. Wow. Come on and join in with the brothers and I as we lift our voices together. Oh,
Oh, ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. Oh, ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. Oh, ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books, so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us, and we will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. Yes. And now, brothers and sisters, we want to take the time to honor just a few of the great Africans who have gone ahead of us. We call forth their great African names and honor them to pharaohs Narmer, Zoja, Sneferu, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure, and the great vizier and physician and multi-genius Imhotep. We say, Ashe.
Yes.
To Queen Nitocris, Queen Sobek Neferu, Queen Ahotep, Queen Amos Nefertari, Queen King Hatshepsut, Nefertiti, Queen T, and Queen Nefertari II. We say, Ashe. To Menkepenra Tahuti Mays, known as Thutmose III, Amenhotep III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Ursama Atra, Setepenra, Rametsu Meriamun, Ramses II, Shabaka, Taharka, Hannibal, and the great African warrior Shaka Zulu. We say, Ashe. To all of the kings, queens, priests, and warriors of Nubia, Waset, Ethiopia, Kemet, Kenya, the Congo, Tanzania, Uganda, Central, South, and West Alkibu land, we say, Ashe. To the more than 600 million Africans whose lives were lost in the European invasions of Africa and in the Middle Passage, we say, Ashe. To the more than 300 million who have since lost their lives to racism and hate crimes, we say, Ashe. To Harriet Tubman, Ashe. Frederick Douglass, Ashe. Mary McLeod Bethune, Ashe. Nat Turner, Ashe. Fannie Lou Hamer, Ashe. Sojourner Truth, Ashe. Carter G. Woodson, Ashe. Booker T. Washington, Ashe. Dr. Charles Drew, Ashe. Noble Drew Ali, Ashe. Benjamin Banneker, Ashe. George Washington Carver, Ashe. Bishop Richard Allen, Ashe. Bishop Charles Harrison Mason, Ashe. Howard Thurman, Ashe. Mother Mahalia Jackson, Ashe. The Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Ashe. Benjamin E. Mays, Ashe. Langston Hughes, Ashe. Medgar Evers, Ashe. Paul Robeson, Ashe. Dr. Martin Luther King, Ashe. Malcolm X, Ashe. Thurgood Marshall, Ashe. Mother Clara Hale, Ashe. Adam Clayton Powell, Ashe. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Ashe. Dr. Amos Wilson, Ashe. Dr. John Henrik Clark, Ashe. Dr. John G. Jackson, Dr. Shikanta Diop, Dr. Chancellor Williams, Dr. George G.M. James, Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Ture, Kwame Nkrumah,
Ashe.
Dr. Khalid Muhammad,
Ashe.
Dr.
Tyson.
Jacob Carruthers,
Ashe.
Dr.
Brother
Shaka
Mike
Musa
Williams.
Barashango,
Ashe.
Brother Ray
Ashe.
Charles,
Ashe.
to our mothers and fathers,
Yes.
our grandmothers and grandfathers,
Ashe.
to our great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers,
Ashe.
our brothers and sisters,
Ashe.
sons and daughters,
Ashe.
aunts and uncles,
Ashe.
nieces, nephews,
Oh,
cousins,
yes.
and all those who have gone ahead of us
Ashe.
and have made their ancestral transition
Oh, yes.
to their life, deeds,
Yeah.
legacy, and
Yeah.
contributions. We say,
Ashe.
Ashe. Again, we say,
Ashe.
Ashe. Again, we say,
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to sing this praise with you. Allahu The English words are these.
God is great, and He's worthy to be praised. I say hallelujah. God is great, and He's worthy to be praised.
Yeah.
I say hallelujah. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us. God make us one. We all should be one. And then the unbelievers will come and say you are with us.
Woo, yeah, man. My goodness. Yes, brothers and sisters. It's so wonderful when we have the opportunity to come together as we are right now. You know, every Sunday morning or afternoon, wherever you are on the planet, you know, I look forward to this time with you, you know, knowing that you guys are not going to leave me here by myself, but the many of you are going to log on just like you are right now and hear the teachings, you know, as we celebrate the truth, as we celebrate the truth of Ma'at, truth, justice, righteousness, harmony, balance, reciprocity, right order of things. Oh man, yeah. You know, and again, brothers and sisters, I'm elated today, you know, as exhausted and as tired as I am right now. I am literally elated. I have to be the happiest spiritual teacher and leader on the planet right now, you know, because I was just in the presence of my African village family in New York City last night, you know, and again, those who came from all the way from the West Coast, you know, and cross country, mid country, from the South, everywhere, man, you know, to celebrate the wedding ceremony yesterday of Minister Vernon Wells and his queen, Tara. You know, and again, we're so happy for that family and their daughter. Oh my goodness, how's her name going to leave me like that? Wow. It just, okay. Her name just, wow, that's deep, man. Okay. That's a shame. Jediah, that's it, Jediah, okay? And hey, man, we just had a wonderful time yesterday. And we had such a great time yesterday that, of course, when I got to my room, knowing that I had to catch a 7 o'clock flight this morning. And of course, with this COVID mess going on, the procedures at the airport are so drawn out, so I had to get up extra early to get there, get there extra early. And so I'm a little tired. I'm tired, but we're going to get through this today. And I'm going to try my best to teach like I've had a week of rest. All right. So if I look a little tired, I'll peek it to you. Just try to excuse that. If I sound a little tired, please try to overlook that. Okay. Like I said, I'm tired for a good reason, and that's because of our celebration on yesterday. Yeah, and so hey, I'm going to go right into the teaching for today, okay? Because I'm already exhausted. All right, and I want to kind of save as much of my strength as I can. All right, Motto Tep, Dr. Herndon, glad to have you with us. Thank you for your assistance as always. Yesterday, y'all, we had such a wonderful time. I'm going back to it again, right? Because I did not get to mention the sharing of the officiating of the ceremony on yesterday with my brother, my friend, the chief priest, and his Netrahemp, the chief priestess, chief priest Jabari, Osaze, and high priestess. I'm saying chief priest, right? High priest and high priestess Anika Osaze. It was am I saying that right? Osaze, yes. We did the ceremony on yesterday, and also to priestess. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with my mind today? I'm just tired. Okay, priestess Sishat, okay, who helped to stand by my side yesterday to help give me some strength. Thank you, sister, for all of y'all's participation in yesterday. It was just great, man. It was a wonderful ceremony. Oh my God, it was wonderful. It was royal. It was majestic, and the dancers on yesterday and the drummers. Wow, man, them sisters threw down yesterday. Okay. I mean, like, wow. And I saw your note, Sister Arianka. Yeah, we had an awesome time yesterday, and it was so good to see you, sister, and your king, Brother Minister Caldwell, all the way from Chicago, that came in for that ceremony on yesterday. It was just great. And again, to my brother and friend, Minister Dennis Asar Winkler and his queen, it was good to see you guys from up from Baltimore. It was just wonderful yesterday, man. Great time. And see, this is what makes the African Village so special. And those of you who have not experienced, okay, a gathering of the African Village or a fellowship of the African Village, make it your business to plan for that, okay? Because once you experience it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know. I'll never forget when my mother came to the African Village headquarters to preach for my appreciation, and with her Christianized mind, she made it very plain. All I know is Jesus and him crucified. I don't know about all this African stuff y'all talking about, but she said, but something about what y'all doing in this place feels right to me. And that's what happens when you come to the African Village, man. Whenever we get together, wherever we are, it's a powerful gathering. So I met all of you, and I'm honored to be your teacher, your spiritual leader. Thank you so much for trusting me like that. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Okay, let's get to the teaching today so that I can get through this and then go lay down. Okay, and I'll probably try my best to sleep until Tuesday if I can. Yeah, man. Okay. Today I want to talk to you guys from this subject, okay? An Un-Afrikan mentality produces a bogus spirituality. Let that sink in for a moment. An Un-Afrikan mentality produces a bogus spirituality. Let's just say those words. Let's say it again. An un-African mentality produces a bogus spirituality. Now, grab how I'm saying this, brothers and sisters. And I'm saying it this way because we live in a day and time where millions, millions of African people have a Europeanized mind, okay? Have a Islamicized mind, okay? An Arabic mind instead of an African mind. When you have a mind that is antithetical or not in alignment with your ethnicity and your culture, you practice a religion and you think it's spirituality. You practice an indoctrination program, either from Christian thought or Islamic thought or Buddhist thought or Hinduistic thought, okay? And I see too many of my people in these other belief systems, okay, that have purposely and intentionally moved you away from your Africanness. And you are living a bogus spirituality. Now, why do I say bogus spirituality? Because, and I hope this doesn't sound weird to you when I say this, spirituality is African. Get that, okay? Spirituality is African. African consciousness is based on the foundation of Ma'at. Grab what I'm saying here. When it comes to the truth of the Almighty, the justice of the Almighty, the righteousness of the Almighty, okay, the principles of Ma'at, all right, that which was given to us by the Most High, it was given to African people. Okay, understand this. And when you live according to Ma'at, you manifest spiritual living, spiritual empowered living. But when you rest on the indoctrinations, okay, of these bogus belief systems, you cannot help but have a phony and bogus spirituality. In fact, it's not spirituality at all. You think it is because you're trying to live by certain doctrines and codes and tenets and standards of that religious belief system. You see, brothers and sisters, after you have been awakened from your state of being asleep, and when I say being asleep, I mean putting your faith, okay, notice I said putting your faith in what is simply not true. Okay, I got to keep it real with you. Putting your faith in what is not true and standing on a false foundation. There's the question that is a clear indicator that you're on the right track. You know what that question is? Brother Ray, what am I supposed to do now that my eyes have come open? Brother Ray, where do I go from here? Brother Ray, man, I knew something wasn't right about this program I've been practicing. I hear that so much from people. You understand? Once your eyes come open, you know that that program is simply not apropos or appropriate for your African mind. Now, of course, I'm talking to African people, okay? Understand that. That's my assignment, brothers and sisters. I want you to be clear on that. Okay, people say to me all the time, well, I've even had people ask me, well, and send me email, Dr. Hagins, I hear you talking about your people. What's, what you're saying I can't be a part of that. You can, in fact, you know what? Y'all learn it, y'all are part of it anyway, because you log on and listen to me. Even though you don't like what I'm saying, you log on and listen. But my assignment, my commission, okay, is to the liberation, empowerment, growth, development of my African brothers and sisters. That's my assignment. And brothers and sisters, if you look through the history of any religion, okay, the God of that religion always chose people from among their own people to bring God's message to them. Understand that. So this whole concept, this whole program of go ye therefore into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature, first of all, that's an interpolation. Okay? That was added into the Bible around the 6th century. All right? To include this universal concept of God for all people. And what it, the Bible doesn't, the truth does not say that. In fact, in the 10th chapter of Matthew, don't take my word for what I'm saying, in the 10th chapter of Matthew, okay, read it for yourself and notice where it says that Jesus was talking to his disciples and said these words: go not into the way of the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? Now, the truth of the matter, y'all, is there was no Israel, okay, until 1940 something AD. All right? So this whole program of an Israel in the Old Testament is bogus. Understand what I'm saying. Now, listen, to really break that down, y'all need to get my lecture, The Illegitimacy of a People Called the Jews. There were no Jews or Hebrews. See what they did, y'all? And that's why I say he who controls the printed page controls the thinking of the age. Because what these invaders did, okay, is they came in and invaded various cultures and lands and people and wrote themselves into history. Yes. Okay. There was what you read in the Old Testament, y'all, that never happened. Never happened. Yes, y'all, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. Okay. But listen, I got to tell it like it is, man. In order for me to set you free, I cannot be lying to you. I got to tell you the truth. And the truth is, like I said a couple of weeks ago while I was in Charleston, South Carolina on Chef's radio show, not one thing mentioned in the Bible ever happened. Not one thing. Not one thing. Not one person mentioned in the Bible ever lived. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that there was never anybody called David. Okay? There are plenty of people called David. There are plenty of people called Samuel. There are plenty of people called Elijah. There are plenty of people called Isaac, okay? Jacob, all right? There are plenty of people called Adam. So when I say not one person in the Bible ever existed, okay, I mean the people in the Bible with those names. And see, to give them credibility, right? What they did is they used real names and real places to make you think that this stuff actually happened. Brothers and sisters, please write this down. The Bible is not a history book. Please understand that. Many of you out there honestly think that what you read about in the Bible actually happened in world history. It never happened, brothers and sisters. Never happened. But you think it did because you've been taught to believe that it did. So guess what? You have developed a bogus kind of spirituality, a bogus kind of devotion to God, a bogus kind of empowerment through which through your religious beliefs. Understand, brothers and sisters, I got to set y'all free. I got to do my best to set as many of you free as I can. And the only way I know to do that is to tell you the truth, as unpopular or as uncomfortable as it might seem to you. I have to tell you the truth. Okay? Understand, man. You know, when you come to the realization of the eye-opening experience, and you say, I knew something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. Okay? This means that you realize you can't stay on that level of ignorance any longer. You can't stay there. Understand something, y'all. Now, there are a lot of people out there who hear the truth. I know many people who listen to me, okay, and they know that what I'm saying is true, but they cannot apply it to their life. You know why? They will lose what they have, and they can't afford to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, see, the knowledge of the truth. In fact, I did a message entitled, And You Will Know the Truth and Wish You Didn't. Okay, I've had pastors say to me, Doc, I can't teach that, man. I can't teach that. I can't teach that stuff to my congregation, man. I'll lose my pulpit. Brothers and sisters, when you decide that you cannot teach the truth because you've gained too much from the lie, then you're a punk. I'm calling it like it is. You're a punk. You're a coward. And you need to go sit your ask me no questions down somewhere. Okay? It's time for us to be free, brothers and sisters. And in order for us to be free, the people who our people listen to the most is going to have to let go of the lies that they've been teaching to the people. And who are those people? The black preachers. Yes, the black preachers. Okay? So once your eyes come open, if your heart is in the right place, you know that you simply cannot continue in the vein that you had been in over the past many years, brothers and sisters. You know that what you believed and what you thought and what you thought was is not. It's a painful thing to come to that reality. I'll never forget, man, when my eyes came open, I became literally sick because everything that I had been preaching and standing on all my life, I found out it was a lie. It was fabricated by Roman Catholic bishops. None of it can be proven. None of it can be validated. None of it can be verified. And that's why I say, when I'm teaching, that's why I say, don't take my word for what I'm saying. Do your own research. When I made the statement that not one person mentioned in the Bible ever lived, or not one thing mentioned in the Bible ever happened, when I said that the other week on Pastor Edwin Wright's show, I made a challenge. I said, if anybody out here listening to me can prove me wrong, I will pay off your mortgage in 2 weeks. That's right. And I'm saying it again. Prove me wrong, doggone it. I dare you to try to do it. I dare you to. I have pastors that are part of the African village, okay, who were in the Christian program, who ended up in the African village because they were trying to invalidate what I said. And in trying to invalidate what I said, they found out that they were preaching the lie too. Okay, and their conscience would no longer allow them. Because it's the science, it's the truth, it's the facts that transforms lives here. That's what conscience is all about. Okay? Think about that. Conscience. Con meaning with, science, conscience, where we have the word conscience. Well, science means knowledge. Science means facts. Science means irrefutable truth. Okay? And that's what conscience is. You are standing on facts, the truth. And your African mind won't let you betray the truth. At least mine won't. No, my mind will not. And brothers and sisters, as a liberator, as a ma'akaru, a teacher of truth, one who brings the light of truth into the minds and hearts of the people of the Most High, into the hearts and minds of the people who the Almighty decided should be awakened. Because see, I can't awaken you. I can be an instrument of truth for you. But the illumination of the truth, okay, turning the actual light bulb on in your mind, that's something that only the Most High can do. Only thing I can do is give you the words. But the power and the truth in those words will go into your being and awaken your dead spirit, awaken your paralyzed mind, and help you open your arms to the truth. Yeah, that's what I live for, family, to make that happen. I'm constantly faced with the challenge of cautiously and carefully delivering or helping to give birth to those who are to become warriors. And I love it. My assignment, man, is to birth brothers and sisters who are to become teachers. My assignment is to birth brothers and sisters who are to be workers and nurturers and builders in the African community for our empowerment. That's my assignment. And I have to provide you with the truth in order for that to happen. I have to enable you to effectively forge ahead in the answer to this question now. Where I go, what am I going to do, Brother Ray? What am I going to do? I don't want you feeling like there's nowhere to turn. Brothers and sisters, when you say, what am I, I had a person say to me, brother, you're taking away my Jesus. What you going to replace it with? Doggone it, I'm replacing it with the truth. You've been living a lie. Okay? See, that's our problem, y'all. There's so many of us who literally looking for a savior. We want somebody to come rescue us from our predicament. And you're looking for somebody else to come rescue you so much. And you've been taught by the Roman Catholic Church, and you say, well, the Catholic Church didn't teach me that. I'm Pentecostal. I'm fire baptized holiness. Okay, I'm Baptist. I ain't Catholic. Brothers and sisters, understand something. If you claim to be a Christian, then you're Catholic. Let's be clear on that. Okay, because all Christian churches, the doctrines that they teach were written by Roman Catholic bishops in ecumenical council meetings. Understand this. Okay? So you may not be calling yourself Catholic. You may be calling yourself Lutheran. You may be calling yourself Methodist. You may be calling yourself holiness, whatever. Okay? If you are preaching from the biblical text, you are preaching what Roman Catholic bishops fabricated. Woo! Man, ain't this something? Wow. I had to grow to the point of being able to say what I'm saying the way I'm saying it. Okay? But now that I know that I'm telling the truth, I have no problem with it. And when my mom, the late Dr. Eileen Gilmore, looked at me and gave me her blessing and said, son, you just keep on doing what you're doing. I don't understand all this stuff you talk about, but you keep on doing what you're doing. See, that was it. When mom gave me her blessing, hey man, the gloves comes off after that. I'm not pussyfooting or sugarcoating anymore. I gotta set my people free. Damn it, I don't care who don't like it. Are you understanding here? I'm starting to feel my strength here now, doggone it. Yeah, thank you, C-Shot. Okay? I'm telling you, man. Wow. Whew. So, brothers and sisters, understand, okay? Those of you who have been developing a belief in the European and Arabic distortions of our African spiritual teachings, you have allowed your minds to be darkened. Okay? And as Africans begin to lose sight of the true meaning of our spiritual instructions, we actually begin to bring ourselves into mental and spiritual darkness. And understand this, brothers and sisters, that darkness is the result of ignorance. And the root word of ignorance is ignore. So you are walking in darkness because you have chosen to ignore the truth of the ma'akarus that the Most High and the ancestors have sent to you. Our great warrior scholars, like Dr. George G.M. James, who wrote the book Stolen Legacy. And for those of you out there who have never read Stolen Legacy, order that book. Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. Get it. Okay? Or They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima. Get it. So you can understand here, okay? Or was The Black Man of the Nile and His Family, I think it's the title, by Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, or all of Dr. Ben's works. Dr. John Henrik Clark's works. Dr. Asa Hilliard's works. Okay, even the works of Gerald Massey. He wasn't one of our African scholars, but Gerald Massey was one of the greatest Egyptologists. Notice I said Egyptologists, not chematologists. I call our scholars chematologists. Okay, brothers and sisters, we have so much unlearning to do. Understand here, y'all. Many of the things that we have suffered as a race of people, are a direct consequence of a bogus spirituality, y'all. That's why we're suffering the way we are. We're practicing a bogus spirituality and an un-African mentality, which has grown up in us from the distorted religious teachings of a Euro-Gentile and Arab cultural society. And as a result of believing the allegories of the Bible, as a result of believing the allegories of the Quran, as a result of believing the allegories in the Torah, and thinking that these are actual historical facts, we've taken on the bogus spirituality and un-African mentality that we see among us today, calling on something that doesn't even exist and expecting to gain power from it. But now, don't get me wrong. See, we Africans have a unique ability of empowering what's not even real. Oh, yeah. We can do that. Okay, we can take a story, man. We can take the story of Jonah, and we can take the story of the 3 Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace, and by the time we finish with it, okay, with our black skills and talent, and singing that joker and putting it to emotionalism and and the preacher gets and you start feeling it and shaking too. You think that stuff actually happened because you feel good. An example of how this bogus spirituality and un-African mentality can cause mental disturbance is seen by the very common reaction to suffering. Let me deal with that for a moment. Okay? I notice how so many of our people spend hours and days of chronic unhappiness because of the confused religious notions about suffering. You'd be surprised how much I heard growing up And when I was preaching the program of Christianity, I preached it too because it's in the Bible. In 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, the 12th verse, the Bible says these words: if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. R-E-I-G-N, reign. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. Okay? So what that verse has taught us, especially as African people, is when we're mistreated, give God the glory anyway. Okay? When racism is kicking our butt and killing our black men in the streets, give God the praise anyway, because we're being persecuted for righteousness' sake. Hell no, we're not. We're being persecuted because we're ignorant. Keep it real, man. That's why we're being persecuted. Okay? Because we don't know the truth. We're not walking in the truth. We're listening to our oppressor. Talking about if you want to reign with Christ, you must suffer with him. Okay, and then they give you this depiction of this man on the cross. And every time you see the crucifix, you see a picture of suffering. You see a picture of death. You know, and we even sing the song, on a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. Okay? Ain't that deep? And we think that happened. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. And then James Cleveland put out the song, if you can't stand to be talked about sometime, if you can't stand to be lied on sometime, if you think you should always be up and never be down, you'll get no cross and no crown. Don't even understand the real meaning of the cross and the crown. You think it got something to do with Christianity. Cross and the crown ain't got nothing to do with bearing your cross, man. That's the symbol of the Knights Templar. The cross and the crown. Yeah. Okay. And it means, and the words around it, in hoc signo vinces, Latin for meaning, under this sign we will conquer. Under the sign of the cross, we will conquer other lands. That's what it means. Has nothing to do with spiritual empowerment. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up and get this whole mess out of your head about, I got to suffer. If I'm going to reign with Jesus, I got to suffer with him. Jesus didn't suffer. Christians, I know I'm messing with you. I'm sorry. You know, I forgot to do this when I started off, right? Let's do it right now. Make a circle and repeat after me. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here inside this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Come out of that little circle you got of ignorance. Don't ignore the truth. When the Almighty sends teachers like we've had, you know, myself, our Professor Small, Kaba, Hiawatha Kabane, our teachers, our scholars. Yes, when the Almighty sends our teachers to us and you choose to ignore the truth, then you deserve whatever consequences you get. You deserve to walk in powerlessness if you're going to ignore the truth that's coming to you. Your Almighty's not going to leave you without excuse, man. You're not going to be excused from this. You see, brothers and sisters, and this theme of suffering has led to a concept about mental anguish and unhappiness, which has overtaken the minds of Africans who live in this Euro-Gentile Arabic culture. Many of us, many of our people actually believe, man, that to experience peace of mind and happiness in this world is wrong. They think that you're not supposed to be happy now. That's one of the reasons why they're looking to be happy in the great by and by. That's why they like to sing the song, if you want to know where I'm going soon, I'm going up yonder. And that's where you think your happiness lies. Man, this religion did a job on us. Did a job on us. You don't even think about being happy now. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you, you better live and you better enjoy your life now while you can. Okay? As the biblical text says, because in the grave where you going, okay, you won't be able to do nothing. Ain't no work being done. You won't be able to send up your timber any longer. I'm sending up my timber every day. I'm going to a house not built with hands, but eternal in the heavens. Come on, y'all. Y'all better learn. As the old folks say, y'all better ask somebody. Y'all better understand the whole purpose of the Johannine writings. And when I say Johannine, understand that means John. Johann is John, right? So when I say the Johannine writings, I mean the Gospel of John, the book of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, and the book of the Revelation. All right, all that was written supposedly by some dude named John. And the reason why it was written, it was to create a deified Christ from a person who never existed, from a fabricated figure, and make that fabricated figure God. Yeah, brothers and sisters, I gotta set you free. And I see our people awakening slowly, but they're awakening little by little. Little by little, they're awakening. That's why I do this. Okay? I have to do my part. I have to do my job. My assignment is doing what I'm doing right now, teaching you the truth. I pray that you will hear it, because if you don't, it'll be on you. It won't be because I didn't teach it, man. Okay? Yeah, and again, like I said, to those of you pastors out there who watch me in secret, I understand. I know you got to go somewhere and you got to sneak and listen somewhere. I don't mind. Go on and sneak and listen. If you're going to learn, that'd be wonderful. But what are you going to do with it when you learn it? Are you going to be like other pastors who've said to me, Doc, I can't teach that stuff, man. I got fired from my pulpit. Brothers and sisters, understand, we got to raise the consciousness of our people and get them out of this doggone thinking that to be happy is a sin. Okay? To have nice things is a sin. Come on, man. Get rid of that thinking. Get rid of it. You deserve the best. If anybody deserves the best, it's African people. As much as we've sacrificed and given to every culture on this planet. Understand this, brothers and sisters. Okay? So consequently, it's not unusual to find Christianized or Islamicized, if there's such a word, okay? It's not unusual to find these influenced Africans who willingly subject themselves to all kinds of mental and even physical abuse because of the idea that suffering is necessary to get a heavenly reward. Think about that. You know, that's the program they told our ancestors when they were enslaved and going through shadow slavery. That if you suffer, you'll get a reward when you get to heaven. And they injected that sick, twisted thinking into the minds of our people so that our people wouldn't retaliate to the ill treatment that they were going through. Oh, understand this. It was to make our people docile, okay, and passive. But let me share something with y'all. The young people growing up today, that bull crap ain't working with them. I'm telling y'all like it is. That mess is not working with the young people today. Okay, young folk today are going away and learning and coming home after going off to college and enrolling in Black studies programs, and they're learning their African story and finding that it's not compatible with the lies that we were raised on. And they're coming home from school and challenging their pastors and their parents. Oh, y'all better hear me. Okay, so whether we want to admit it or not, we as a people have been colonized. Okay? We as a people have been controlled. We've been manipulated on all levels. On all levels. The gun did it to us on a physical level. Euro Gentile Christianity and Arabic Mohammedism did it to us on a spiritual level. And of course, I got to include Buddhism in that because Black folks starting to practice that now. Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, Quetzalcoatlism, all of these belief systems, okay, is messing us up. It's toxic for us. TV and European schools messed us up and still messing us up on a mental level. European food and European dietary habits is messing us up on a biological and nutritional level. The stripping of our culture and our true names have done it to us on an emotional and psychological level, and forced disconnection from our African roots and awareness has done it to us on a cultural level. So brothers and sisters, listen, we got work to do. We got work to do. And correcting ourselves. The first thing you must do is to de-educate and re-educate yourself and your children, not just you. You got to see to it that the children get this knowledge because they are our future. If our children don't get the truth, then everything we're doing is a waste of time. Our children got to get the truth, man. Okay? I don't want our young people to grow up with believing the lies that I grew up believing. I don't want them believing that mess. See, and you need to do this because you've been greatly lied to. Okay? Brothers and sisters, you must understand, hear me today, you must understand that all, not some, all of the books written by other cultures, follow what I'm saying, all of the literature written by other cultures have been slanted more or less for the cultural supremacy of those cultures. Understand this. Arabs are not going to put anything in print for the empowerment of African people. However, okay, there are more Africans who are who are Muslims. There are more Africans who are Muslims than there are Arabs in the world. Let that sink in. There are more Africans who are Muslims than there are Arabs in the world. That's how strong these proselytization programs are. Understand, brothers and sisters, we have got work to do. Okay? So everything, and understand this, everything the white man has touched, he has falsified into a tool for white supremacy. Now I know some of you guys out there, you're some of y'all are subliminal Anglophiliacs. What does that mean? That means that you love European things more than you love African things, and you're an African. So you know you out of your mind. You know you out of your mind. Okay? This is some deep stuff, man. So everything that these other cultures, especially the European culture, every piece of literature that they've written, okay, was slanted for the supremacy of that culture. And you got to understand that. You got to come to grips with that reality. Once you come to grips with that reality, you'll stop regurgitating what's in the literature of those cultures. Okay? And you'll get busy in the literature of your own people. We have awesome scholars. Awesome scholars. I was just quoting some of their works. Right? Dr. Ben, Dr. Yusef Ben Yakin, Dr. Ivan Ben Sertima, Dr. John G. Jackson, okay? Dr. Sheikh Amtajab. Come on, people. Our scholars have done the work. They've done the work. I don't need you referencing some white folk to find out your African truth. What the hell is wrong with you? Shucks, man. Come on here. That's our problem. We're looking to those who would oppress us for instruction in our spirituality. Trust me, y'all. Listen, how'd I say it? If they didn't teach us right, if they didn't treat us right, they sure ain't gonna teach us right. Okay, understand this. And there are two areas in particular that we Africans have to give special attention to because they are exerting extreme damage to African consciousness. Okay, understand that. You must understand that the suppression of the truth keeps us unconscious. Now, what are those two areas? The biggest examples are his story, what they call history, and their counterfeit religions. Those are the two areas that's got us messed up. His story and their counterfeit religions. Okay, and we must understand that the suppression of the truth keeps us unconscious. Understand that. See, I know a lot of you guys out there say y'all want the truth, but you don't want the truth because it's going to make you change, and you don't want to do that. Of course, I'm reminded of that the experience I had in Bible college. I got to share with you again. You know, I'm sitting in my Old Testament class, and the professor, Dr. Dahl, says the Bible is an incredible book. I think I shared this a couple of weeks ago, right? And he said it with I love the way he said it, and I started quoting him. The Bible is an incredible book, you know. And when he said that, I said, "Amen, amen," you know. And he looked at me strange. And so after the class was over and I'm getting ready to leave out the room, he said, "Mr. Hagins, can I have a word with you?" And I said, "Yes, doctor, of course you can." And he said, "Do you know what the word incredible means?" I said, "Of course I do. Yes." He said, "Oh, okay. Well, you have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow." Yeah. Well, the fact that he asked me that question, it messed with me all the way home. When I got home, I got a dictionary and looked at the word incredible. And it didn't mean what I thought it meant. I thought incredible meant awesome. I thought the word incredible meant outstanding. I thought the word incredible meant, oh my goodness, that's off the chain, man. I thought the word incredible meant it was reliable, it could be counted on. Brothers and sisters, incredible means that it is not credible. Incredible means it is not trustworthy. It cannot be counted on. So for this college professor, Old Testament professor, to say the Bible is an incredible book, it made me furious. I was infuriated, man. I went back to school the next day and back to college, the class, and I said, Dr. Dahl, why would you say such a thing about the Bible? And he looked at me and said, oh, I see you went home and looked up the meaning of the word incredible, huh? I said, yes, sir, I did. And I told him, I said, I don't think you should be teaching here, man. This is a Bible college. You can't be telling folk that the Bible is not credible. You can't tell folk that the Bible is not reliable. It cannot be depended upon. It cannot be taken as fact. I went and filed a complaint, and they let me know. They said, Mr. Hagins, we need to inform you that Dr. Dahl is the highest esteemed Old Testament professor in the country. Okay? And we behoove you to listen to him. So I went back to him, right? And challenging him some more because I was upset. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was still in that program. Okay. And I said, Dr. Dahl, you know, I'm disappointed, man. I'm messed up here. And he said, Mr. Hagins, what did you come to this school for? And I said, to learn. He said, do you really want to learn? And notice my answer. I said, yes, I do. As long as it does not contradict what I already believe. And he said to me, well, Mr. Hagins, and he did his fingers like this. He said, well, Mr. Hagins, you don't want to learn. And I frowned, like, what you mean I don't want to learn? I went into cognitive dissonance, okay? Not realizing that I had just told him that I want to learn as long as it doesn't contradict what I already believe. That's why I do the circle thing now. You see? Yeah. In order to learn, you're going to have to hear something other than what you think you know. And not be afraid of it. Not be afraid of it. So you must understand, brothers and sisters, that the principal function of Eurocentric historiography is to separate us from the reality of ourselves. The principal function of Eurocentric historiography is not to connect us back to God. The principal function, doggone it, of Eurocentric historiography is not for us to know the truth. The spiritual function of Eurocentric literature, understand this, man, is to literally separate us from the reality of ourselves, to separate us from the reality of our story, and to separate us from the ramifications and the power of knowing who we are. That's why they taught us the lies, so you could practice a bogus spirituality. Oh, shucks, man. As my dad used to say, I feel my strength coming on. I feel my help coming on here. Okay? Understand, brothers and sisters, that in focusing on African awareness, what people say, what do y'all do in the African village? In the African village, okay, we're trying to take back what European historiography has stolen and completely falsified in order to support the false identities placed on our African people. I'm trying to get my people to Sankofa. Go back, return to your past, and find the truth of who you are so that you can move into your future correctly. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to do. I'm not trying to take away your Jesus. Doggone it. You have a concept in your head, whether it's Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha, okay, or Zoroaster, or Quetzalcoatl, or Prometheus, or Adonis, all of these virgin-born saviors. And notice I said virgin-born saviors. All the names that I just named, they all had 12 disciples. Okay? They all walked on water. They were all born of a virgin. Yeah. Understand this. Don't take my word for it. Get the book, The World's 16 Crucified Saviors. Write that down. The World's 16 Crucified Saviors by Kersey Graves. Oh, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. But listen, it's time to have your mind blown. Okay? And I'm here to blow it. I'm here to blow your mind, doggone it. I got to set you free. I got to set you free. So ask yourself, brothers and sisters. Ask yourself, what happened? What happened to African people when the invaders came into Africa? Ask yourself that. Well, it's important for us to understand, y'all, that when the invaders came into Africa, to our motherland, they took control of our various institutions and began to dismantle our institutions. African social organizations were restructured by the Europeans and the Arabs, and they successfully instigated infighting among the various nations and tribes. European and Arabic conquest changed power relations within the African society, and capitalism and materialism became attractive incentives for Africans to kill and help capture other Africans, while the various groups of Africans were preoccupied fighting each other. Understand this, man. While the various groups of Africans were preoccupied fighting each other, the Europeans and Arabs took control of the people and their resources. And most of the invaders of Africa were first accepted as friends because, in most cases, the Africans thought that their intentions were good. And you know why we thought their intentions were good? Because that's how we are by nature. You know, when you're a good person by nature, when you have a good heart, you have a tendency to think other people are like you. So that's how we opened our arms to the invaders. And they came in under the disguise of peace and goodwill and invaded our cultures, man. Yes. You see, and when they came in, a new European, new Arabic standard was set for the people. These invaders also gained the trust of Africans by intermarrying into African tribes. And most of this intermarriage, okay, follow this, took place between European and Arabic men and African women. They wasn't about to try to have African men marrying European women. Okay, understand that. So this miscegenation took place. And once this marriage took place, okay, and miscegenated children were born, the children did not know whose side they were on. You know why? Because they were mulatto children. So they usually took the side of their fathers, their European fathers. And this gave Europeans and Arabs more influence in the tribe and the structure of the family. And consequently, most of the history and culture of the Africans was destroyed, as it is today, brothers and sisters. Yes. So understand, Africans, our motherland was invaded many times. Each time that invaders left the society worse off than it was previously. Every time we were invaded, the new invaders left us worse off than we were before the invaders came in. Okay? Understand that, man. The Europeans and the Arabs came into Africa to steal, kill, and destroy. Does that sound familiar? The biblical text lets us know that that's what the devil does. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I only know one people that acts like that, and that's that European male domination spirit, man. Okay? They want to dominate everything. And what they can't dominate, they want to destroy it. Yes. Once the African family and tribal structure became weakened, and after long periods of physical and mental abuse, African people were automatically, follow this, we became automatically programmed to self-destruct. Okay? We lost our value system. We lost the institutions that gave us our empowerment were dismantled. Wow. The psyche of our people was affected by the widespread dismantling of our African culture and institutions. And after confiscating the natural resources and manipulating the men and women and replacing the Africans' God consciousness and inflicting a severe blow to the language and culture, our people were left with nothing to sustain themselves or our culture. And this left our people totally confused, brothers and sisters. Understand how this goes, man. Okay? Left us totally confused and made it possible for the slave trade to meet with little resistance. Yeah. And once the African basic institutions were tampered with, we had no strong foundation anymore on which to base our behavior. And at that point, our behavior became, oh my God, purposeless. Our behavior became aimless. Our behavior became chaotic. And look at it today. Look at how our young people are treating each other today. Our people soon forgot our own story and roots. You see, brothers and sisters, we need our own story. We need to know our story. We need to be connected to our roots. We are a powerful people. We are a mighty people. As the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey says, up you mighty race. You can accomplish what you will. He knew that we were mighty people, but he also knew that we had to de-educate, re-educate, and fall in love with ourselves and things African before we could move forward. Understand how deep this goes, brothers and sisters. Our late warrior scholar, Dr. John Henrik Clarke, was awesome. He tried to let us know that the knowledge of self is what keeps us on track to our empowerment. The knowledge of self is what keeps us on track to the truth, to that which is just, to that which is right, or to my art. I want you to imagine something in your mind. We're powerful people. I want you to see, I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen a freight train, right? A locomotive, sometimes it's 3 or 4 locomotives connected to each other, pulling this long freight train that sometimes is so long, it takes almost a half hour, 45 minutes to pass you completely. Hundreds of cars loaded, okay, with produce, whatever, okay, loaded with gravel, loaded with coal, whatever, okay? Understand this massive locomotive barreling down the railroad tracks. It can only do that and get to where it's going because it's on railroad tracks. Understand what I'm saying here, y'all? See the connection. You can take the most powerful thing on this planet. If you remove it from its guidance system, it's worthless. Okay? As a pilot, there's this thing called air traffic control, ATC for short. Okay? When I'm flying, I have to connect to ATC, to air traffic control. Okay? I have to connect to them. You know why? Because they see the sky. They see what I don't see. Okay? And instead of trusting what I see, I'm depending on those who know better to safely guide me from crashing into another aircraft in mid-flight. Okay? Being sure that I'm still on course in case I have avionics problems or whatever. Okay? That's what ATC or ground control is all about. Being sure that you get to where you're supposed to be going. But there's so many of us today who don't want to be connected to our guidance system. You want to be free to do it the way you want to do it, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, where you want to do it. That's not how this works, brothers and sisters. That's not how this works, man. You have to be connected to the source. Understand this, man. Okay, so understand, brothers and sisters, that if you are cut off from your story, you can never fully understand what effect his story has had on you if you're cut off from your story. Because you can before you can make progress, you have to reconnect with and reclaim your story. Listen, Dr. Clark said it this way. He said, a people's history tells a people where they have been and what they have been and where they are and who they are. More importantly, a proper understanding of history tells a people what they must be and where they must go. Wow. We Africans must understand our story in order to see our place in the world. We African people cannot and will not find ourselves looking to the religious system given to us by our white oppressor. Yes, Dr. John Henry Clark dropped that on us. Okay? So, what do you do now? I'll tell you what you do. Engage in the process. Especially brothers and sisters out there who are on the verge. All right, understand what I'm saying? You're on the verge of transitioning over because you've tried to prove Brother Ray wrong. And the more you've researched, the more you find out I'm telling you the truth. And you say, "No, Lord, now what am I going to do?" The brother telling the truth. I'm thinking he's making this stuff up. And now that if he's telling the truth, then that means what I've been teaching is not true. Because it's not in line with Dr. Ray has been saying. So now I got to make a change here. Okay? So, brothers and sisters, don't be afraid. Let me say it this way. Don't be afraid of the re-Africanization. The re-Africanization of your African mind. As you do this diligently, I don't mean sparingly or spare time every time you get around, whenever you get around to having time to do the research. No. Okay? You have to attend to your growth and development. Right? In the biblical text says it this way: they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Okay, it's not talking about wait upon Jesus either. Okay, this is an Old Testament verse. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. The word wait there does not mean to sit back and do nothing. It means to attend to, much like a waiter would wait on a table or attend to a table. Okay, so you have to attend to being African, attend to the re-Africanization of your African mind. Understand this, brothers and sisters, because this will help to inject Africanness within your personal life. This will help to inject what I call the African Holy Ghost into your personal life. And it will even add as a buffer from the foreign and alien concepts that you will be bombarded with on a daily basis. Take it from me, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you what I know. When you stand up to be a ma'akaru, when you stand up to be a teacher of truth, you're going to be attacked. You're going to be disliked. You're going to be misunderstood. People are going to say you lost your mind. They're going to try to destroy your character, destroy your reputation, so the people won't follow you. Oh, yeah, y'all have been through it. I still go through it. But you know what? I don't care. You know why? Because I know that I'm teaching the truth. And that's why I put the challenges out there. Prove me wrong. As I said a little earlier, prove me wrong, and I'll pay off your mortgage in 2 weeks. Yes, I will. Now, everybody that's listening to me that got a mortgage who's in that Christian program, if you think I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And I will pay all of y'all's mortgages off in the next 2 weeks. If you think I'm wrong, prove me wrong. If you can't prove me wrong, then doggone it, be man enough. Be woman enough. Be warrior enough to step away from the program that's been messing the minds of your people up. If you can't prove me wrong, then admit that you were wrong. Shucks, man. Admit that you were wrong. Yes. Engage in the process of getting your African mind like it's supposed to be. This will help to inject Africanness within your personal life, as I said, and act as a buffer to help give you the strength when you're being attacked by those who think that you're a deceiver. African thought is not a deception, family. Oh, let me say that to you again. African thought is not a deception. In fact, it was African thought that brought the light of truth to the entire planet. Every culture on this planet that thinks they know the truth got their influence from African philosophical thought. Oh, it's so important to understand this. Okay? Understand this, man. And once you have your cultural armor on, y'all know, remember the program Put On the Whole Armor of God? Okay, and it started itemizing items. Okay, you listing items that, you know, such as the shield of faith. The shield of faith. Think about that. See what they did to you? They used the word shield of faith. And because it said shield of faith, you think you got protection because you think you can quench all the fiery darts of the wicked with the shield of faith. Brothers and sisters, there is no power whatsoever in something called the shield of faith. Hear what I'm saying today. Why are you saying this, Brother Ray? Because faith means you don't know. Faith means that you believe. You don't know, you believe. How are you going to quench the fiery darts of the wicked with something that's not even real? How are you going to do that? Okay, so when it says put on the whole armor of God, now that my eyes have opened and I understand that the armor of God are the principles of Ma'at, Put on the armor of truth, the armor of justice, the armor of righteousness, the armor of right balance, the armor of reciprocity, the armor of the right order of things. That's what you put on, man. That's what you put on. Once you put on the armor of Ma'at, and you got that armor intact, no other cultural story, no other cultural program can harm you, man, or change you once you know who you are. That's why the ancient text of the Nile Valley says, man, know thyself. Because once you know your story, I don't care what other program comes along, man, you can stand firm in the knowledge of self. And once you have the knowledge of self, that in itself will give you the power of the Most High in you. You will feel the presence of the Most High in your very being. And that's how you will live your life. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, brothers and sisters. And I'm a witness that if you're standing on the principles of Ma'at, God will uphold you. Listen, y'all, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you what I was told. I'm telling you what I know, what I've experienced, what has been my joy and my victory, knowing that the Almighty, the Most High, Patam and Ra, got me because I stand on the truth of Ma'at. And that's why the ancient scripture text says, blessed is he who sits in the hands of Amun-Ra. Yeah, I rest in the hands of Amun-Ra today because I know the truth now. It's like the song that me and G put together, liberation has come and it has set me free. Yeah, liberation has come and it has set me free. Now that I know the truth, I have victory. Yeah, brothers and sisters. So know who you are and stand on who you are so that you are not practicing a bogus spirituality. Okay, because you got un-African thinking going on up here. If you're an African, then you should have African thinking going on. Okay? And listen to our scholars. Dr. Naeem Akbar. Get his works. Get his works. Dr. Maulana Karanga. Get his works. Okay? Get his book on Ma'at. Okay? Did I have it here? Yes. Yep, I got it right here. Okay? Get his book on Ma'at. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Let me be sure that the camera is alive as it should be. Yes, you got it there. Okay. The moral ideal. Get it, y'all. Okay. Yeah, man. You can order this from Dr. Karanga's facility. Okay, which they call Sankori Press. Okay, books. Yeah, I think if you want to go to their website, I believe it's University of Sankori Press. .com or sankoripress.com or just Google Dr. Maulana Karanga and the Husia and the Mat and it'll come up. The website will come up and you can order these books. Okay, learn, brothers and sisters, learn. Yeah, man. Well, brothers and sisters, as always, it's been good being with you guys today. Let me close by letting you know that once you put on the armor of Ma'at and wear it like an African warrior, unashamedly, unapologetically, and then the power of the Most High will uphold you, and the power of our ancestors will stand with you. The power of our motherland will open up to you. Oh, it's real, brothers and sisters. It's real. And you will become that beacon of light to those whom the Most High has decided that you should reach with the message of African liberation. Yes, yes. Mm. Okay, brothers and sisters, I have to stop now. I actually feel myself getting dizzy, okay? Uh, Getting lightheaded because I'm exhausted. And I don't want to pass out on camera. That I don't think that would be pretty at all. Yeah, but listen, before we go, as always, I want to invite you, okay, to participate in our work by sharing of your substance, okay? By sharing these videos, creating watch parties. Some of you guys may say, some of you guys say, well, Dr. Ray, man, I don't have the funds like I want to support the work. Okay, you might not be able to give financially like you want to, all right, but you can share of your energy and your time. Yeah, okay, share these links. If you're on my YouTube channel, share and copy that link and send that link out to your Facebook posts and your mailbox and your email, the people in your email. Okay, just send the link out, okay, so people can listen and learn. All right, create watch parties. All right, have what you call, in fact, our sister. Oh my goodness, from I can't call these names like I used to, man. Um, our sister in Columbus, Ohio. Trying to call her name. She created watch parties. Okay, I'm sorry. It was called Verdict is In parties. Okay, and she would actually fix dinner on Friday evenings and have young people from the community, like 5 or 6 young people, come to her home. Okay, and feed them while they watch the video. Okay, of the Verdict is In, or some other video of my lecture. Okay, you can do that to help spread this message, man. Get the message out. I invite you, brothers and sisters, to take a moment to uh, share, okay, our link, okay, make your donation today, okay. I invite you to do that as well, okay. Yeah, make a donation to help us here with our work, all right. And yeah, man, the I'm trying to pull up the that's is that it? Yes, you can make your donations right there. Thank you, Dr. Hernan, for helping me with that today. Okay, make your donations to, and you see where to send them. Okay, if you're making it on PayPal, make your donation. Oh my God, I'm way past time. I'm just talking here. Woo. Okay, let me get out of here. Um, make your donation to PayPal. All right. And by the way, thank you for those of you who had already made your donation before I even came on the air today. And my phone has been ding, 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 had it turned down. But those of you making your donations while I was teaching, thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mike. I see your donation here. Thank you. All right. Wanda, thank you for your donation. All right. Yeah, Terry, thank you for your donation. Wow. Man. The brothers, the warriors, thank you guys, okay, for your donation. Yeah. Wow. Thank you guys for your prayers as well. I see that many of you have been sending your note of appreciation and thanks for the wonderful time that we had on yesterday as well. We had a wonderful time yesterday. And once again, I have to say congratulations to Waziri, Minister Wells, and his queen, Tara, on their wedding ceremony on yesterday. Okay, brothers and sisters, if you're making your donation to PayPal, our PayPal address is, as you see there, AfricanVillage1 at AOL.com. If you're making your donation through Cash App, our address is #, that's the $ Dr. Ray Hagins, and there's 1G in my last name. Okay. And if you're making your donation through Zelle, all right, it's through my email address on Zelle, rayhagins@gmail.com. Okay. rayhagins@gmail.com. Okay, family, I appreciate you guys. I'd like to invite you to log on to our 24/7 broadcast right on our website. Go to WBLR.com or theafricanvillage.org or drrayhagins.com. All three addresses take you to the same site. Down the left-hand side of the page, you'll see a link that says listen to the 24-hour broadcast. Go ahead and listen to it. Okay? And hey, man, 24 hours a day teaching. No excuse for you to be ignorant. Got me? Yeah, go on and listen to it. Okay. And thank you for being a part of what we're doing. All right. I also encourage you to download our app into your device. Okay, your computer, your tablet, or your cell phone. Go to your Play Store. Okay, or what is the other store called? Can't call it Play Store, and can't call it Google Play. I think that's Play Store, or where Mac goes to download apps and what have you. Okay, I can't call it for some reason or other. But go there and type in these letters: TAVCC. That's the African Village and Cultural Center. TAVCC. Type in those letters there. Okay. In your Play Store where you download your apps, wherever you go to download your apps, type that in, okay, and you'll see me come up there. Just install it, and choose yes to receive notifications. This way, whenever we're doing something, you'll get the notification right there on your phone. Okay? Yeah. So download our app. This way, you'll have it. You can also listen to the 24 stream with you right on your phone, okay, or whatever we're doing right there on your phone. All right. Yeah. Family, I enjoyed you being with me today. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending me your positive energy and prayers, because I ain't going to lie to y'all. I really started feeling better. Man, the tiredness left and everything. But, hey, it's coming back on me now. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off so I can, before I don't want to just like this in front of y'all. Okay. Whew, man. Yeah. I mer you guys. Okay. And again, mer, for those who don't know, is the Nile Valley term for the English word love. Yeah. Okay. I murder you. Thank you for your support. Okay. And once again, to the family up there in New York City, the African Village in New York City, I murder you guys. It was so good being with y'all yesterday, man. It was so good being with y'all, and I'll see y'all again soon. I'll see y'all again soon. And also, I want to say also, that the chef, uh, Pastor Wright, uh, invited me to come on into his radio station one every fourth Saturday, like we did a couple of weeks ago, because it was so powerful. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and get ready to just take Charleston by storm. Okay. So keep us in your prayers there as well. All right. Brothers and sisters, I got to get out of here. Got to get me some sleep and some rest, man. All right. You guys out there stay strong. But right now, even though I'm tired, we're going to sing our song, You're Easy to Love. Okay? Yeah. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Like that. Yeah, we are. Like that. Thank you for your comments. I'm going to go back and read your comments a little later. Okay? Come on, everybody. African loves the African. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. What he said. Easy to love. Y'all are so tired of getting cross-eyed here. Easy to love. Yeah. Let's do it again. Come on. The African in me. The African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Cause you're easy. Yeah. You're easy. Yeah. Let's do the principles of my heart and call it a day. Right? Truth. Right? The truth that's in me. The truth that's in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Yes. God, he said. Easy to love. Yeah, easy to love. Justice, come on, everybody. the justice in me, the justice in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. It's so easy. You're easy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, last one, the righteousness in me. Like, loves the righteousness in you. Come on. The righteousness in me. The righteousness in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. Woo! You're easy. Brothers and sisters, thank you for being with me today. And until next week, okay, you guys out there stay strong, stay safe, okay? Keep on taking your vitamin C, that D3 and zinc every day. Keep that immune system strong, right? That's how you're going to survive this thing. All right? All of you. And until next week, peace be with you. Yeah. Da, da, da.